there is nothing worse than a bad winner. And that would be Jim Upsicle. Jim had been the Tic Tac Toe champion of Audrain County for the last 8 years. Tic Tac Toe is one of the most competitive and hardest sports ever played in Audrain County, Missouri. A lot of folks couldn't get the concept of the game, and that mostly had to do with the high amount of dioxin in the soil. The dioxin made it difficult for the average Audrain resident to grasp things that dealt with more than one subject, and it also made it hard for your cousin not to look attractive. Well, Jim had been out of the county when the dioxin was being spread around. So basically he was a real genius and he knew it. Every time something would come up he would remind people, "Hey, I am the Tic Tac Toe champion of Audrain County." That comeback would usually shut folks up and he would get his way. For me personally, it started to grind on my grains. You see, I had come in 10th place out of 200 in the Tic Tac Toe championship, and that was on a full dose of dioxin. So, the way I figured, if I hadn't have been ganked up on goof medicine, I may have at least finished in the top 5 behind those exchange students. It all came to a boil the day that Jim told the Audrain County Commission that there should be a statue of him in the town square where the Statue of Liberty was standing. I was all like, by God, not my Lady Liberty, not my Lady Liberty. I stood up in that meeting and challenged Jim to a tic-tac-toe match that would end his reign of terror. That Saturday night at 6 p.m. I meet Jim in Plunkett Park and we battled it out on the tic-tac-toe board. It was an intense match that lasted 1 minute. And believe it or not, I won. That is right. I guess Jim had slowly been affected by the dioxin and his game was off. Way off. When I looked up to see the reaction of the crowd, I realized no one was there. The game had been scheduled opposite of the TV show Hee Haw. And in Audrain County there is nothing people love more than their cousin is Hee Haw. So now in the county square is the statue of Jim Upsicle, the Tic Tac Toe champion of Audrain County.